afternoon, ladies. Good afternoon, ladies. Welcome to the Royal Cuts. You know what day it is? It's a Friday. This is where you grab your cup of tea, your lunch, and you get your girlfriends and join me right here in the Royal Cuts. I have a simple question for you today. Have you ever felt stuck not knowing what to do with your life or just feel aimless? Well, it can be difficult to find something to get passionate about and to give you that sense of purpose. So, in today's podcast, we are going to show you how to discover what it is that drives and inspires you so that you can go out and make your dreams a reality. So, go ahead, invite a girlfriend, let them know that we are on the RoyalTEA Talk, and meet us in the Royal Cuts to gain invaluable insight into discovering what you are passionate about and how to find that something to dream about. So, guess what? We will see you right here in the Royal Cuts in a few minutes.
Get ready for the RoyalTEA Talk Show with host Portia Basham. The podcast is Get ready for the RoyalTEA Talk Show with host Portia Basham. The podcast designed for women who are looking to be inspired, motivated, and encouraged. Whether you're just starting out in your career or raising a family, the RoyalTEA Talk Show has something for you. This is your opportunity for empowerment and affirmation. Get blessed with amazing stories from women.
It maybe won't play. Oh no. Well, that's okay if our intro doesn't play today, because I have been going through some little, how do you call that? Technical difficulties. So if our intro does not play, it's okay. We are going to just go right through our morning. Well, let us try our intro one more time. And if it does not play, guess what? You're going to just have to love upon me. This is what we do.
Get ready for the RoyalTEA Talk Show with host Portia Basham. The podcast designed for women who are looking to be inspired, motivated, and encouraged. Whether you're just starting out in your career or raising a family, the RoyalTEA Talk Show has something for you. This is your opportunity for
okay, so it looks like our intro is not playing.
Get blessed with amazing stories
welcome,
from women
welcome,
of all
welcome,
walks
ladies.
of life
Welcome,
who want to share their
welcome
truths and
into
victories
another
and
day.
impact the lives of women
I like to
everywhere.
say it.
This is your
Welcome to
cordial
another day
invitation to
on this
join us
side
as
of
we
the
sip
planet,
tea,
because we
chat,
could have
and
been anywhere
empower
else,
each
but
other
guess
on the
what?
RoyalTEA
We
Talk
are
Show
here
and podcast
because
with
the
your
Lord
host
granted
Portia
us
Basham.
another I guess our intro decided to show itself. You know what? There are just certain things you just cannot, you don't have control over. And that was one of those. So we are going to just say, thank you, Father, that the intro came into play. And we are going to move on with the show. So, welcome to the RoyalTEA Talk Show. We are here to teach, empower, and give you the affirmations you need to build you into who God has called you to be. Yes, we are here to discuss everything that encompasses us as women, which is our family, our friendship, our faith, our finances, the fulfillment of life. Yes, baby. I like that part, the fulfillment of life, because as you evolve, we don't get older, we just evolve into the people that we turn out to be. As we evolve, guess what? The things that we used to do, we don't do anymore. We the things that used to intrigue us doesn't intrigue us anymore. We eventually find ourselves where we want to do things that make us happy, the things that we are passionate about, things that we dreamt about. We want to find ourselves in these positions. So, anywho, go ahead, invite, tag, share, let everybody know that we are on. And for those who have no clue who I am, I'm your host of the best talk show on this side of earth. Come on, baby. I am Dr. Portia Basham, your brand and business strategist, your professor, your 5-time best-selling author, your Forbes Business Council speaker, international speaker, minister of the gospel. Yes, yes, yes. They have all those little accolades coming around behind your name. But the one I'm proud of is the founder of She Ministries, which is an online community for you, the leading ladies. That's where we come together in that secret, safe space, and we get to talk about the things that so hold us back, the things that prevent us from doing what thus says God in this season, but also where we heal from those secret scars away from everybody. We're the only ones who believe that we're going through. But when we start to talk to other girls, other ladies, we realize that they've been there, done that, got a t-shirt, and they could teach us how to get through it. So my passion, my mission in life, I strongly believe, is to help female entrepreneurs, which is lady entrepreneurs as yourself, to stand firm on the purpose in both life and business and equip you with the necessary resources that you need to reach those goals. I believe that every one of us has a mandate given to us by God. And we cannot achieve it unless we collaborate, unless we lock arms with one another to bring the best that God wants us to bring out into this world. So this is where what it is I am super excited to do with you, ladies, is to work with you to be the best that you could be. So anyway, enough about me. Today we have a special guest, and let me tell you, what I love about this young lady. This young lady made sure she went and researched me. Okay. She went to research me and made sure she sent me this lovely little email and said, "Oh, Dr. P, let me tell you the easiest way to pronounce my name." Listen, she made my day. Okay. She made my day when she did that. She says, "You could call me Dr. CT." Okay. Dr. CT. And here's the last name. Larry. Baby, I'm telling you, I gotta meet your mama because your mama gave you names that I could pronounce. I love your mama already, okay? But we have the honor of having her in-house with us in the Royal Courts, and she is the owner of Larry Smiles Dental office in North Carolina. She's the minister of the gospel. Come on, baby, an empowerment speaker. She's all that bag of chips and more. And we get to bring her on and to ask her to tell us a little about herself. You know how we love to hear fun facts. Oh, yes, our guests have some serious fun facts, okay? So she's going to give us a fun fact about herself. And then we are going to go right into our topic, which is discovering what you are passionate about and how to find that thing, to dream about. So let's welcome Dr. CT to baby, listen. Now, I know everybody hearing me saying CT and they're expecting to see a C and a T.
And a T,
Right? Okay.
Hello,
They're expecting that. So tell us a little about yourself and also give us a fun fact. And I will let you speak for a minute and I'll be right back.
All right. Hello, everybody. I am Dr. CT Aisha Lowery. I am a family and cosmetic dentist in North Carolina, Cary, North Carolina. I am married to my husband, my partner, and my pastor. He's a pastor of Grace Church of Durham in Durham, North Carolina, Dr. Kedrick Lowery. We have two fantastic girls, Laura and Layla. And an added addition to our family legend, the family dog. He is the other gentleman of the family. I am a fun fact about myself. I have wanted to be a dentist since I was 8. I spoke it, I declared it, and made it come to pass. I am a woman of God. I am a minister ordained, and I love to surprise my patients. Every now and then I'll slide it in and say, yeah, I can marry you and bury you and fix your smile. And that's me in a nutshell. I absolutely love what I do. And even outside of dentistry, I love to empower and encourage and push my sisters, women, into their destiny. It was women who pushed me, mentored, and coached me into my destiny. And I love to do the same. So I'm so excited to be here. So excited to talk about passion. This is a part of my life. It's a part of my story. So excited to be here.
Listen, you knocked the wind out of me when you said you could marry and bury them all.
Marry and fix your smile. Multitasking.
You knocked the wind out of me with that one because I didn't even think of that. And no. Let's correct the statement. Let's tell them you could marry them, fix the teeth up, and then bury them
with a good smile. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that one was funny. That was a good one. Greetings, ladies. As you come into the Royal Cuts, let me know where you're tuning in from. Say hi, come on, send some hugs and kisses, and it is going to be a great interview today. So we get to pick your brains because when you said from the time you were 8, I
Yes.
could relate to that because I too had a dream of being a fashion designer at 8, and I
Mm.
worked towards it. I thought about it. I lived and breathed it. Everything I did was to find myself at that point. Eventually, that was it. I didn't want to waver to the left or to the right. You hear me? Because it's like I got up and that was the only thing
I
that
love it.
that made me blush on a given day. So I am super excited. So tell us a little bit more. Ladies, welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Yes, mwah. I'm sending kisses to everyone. And so is Dr. CT.
I
So
am.
tell us a little about as you were evolving into do no let's not rush ourselves, okay?
Okay.
Because if you tell us that that's the end of that's the questions we had at the end,
Well, I
we
can
gotta knock.
tell you how I came to even be introduced to dentistry. Besides going
Yes.
to be a dentist, there was because my story is actually got a little twist to it, a little funniness to it. A friend of the family was a dentist. He still is a dentist practicing in Memphis, Tennessee. And he was the one who planted the seed and
Ooh.
continued to plant the seed when I was little that you should be a dentist.
Mm.
And lo and behold, the seed that he planted then, and he watered that seed, he watered it. And I love to tell the story because the dentist would feed me jelly beans. So I love to go and hang out with him and his wife. After church on Sundays, my mom would already know I'm not going home. I'm going with Dr. Glenn and Miss Chris. They would feed me jelly beans, and that was his way. He was sowing into my life and planting a seed and watering that seed that manifested into, hey, somebody asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, be a dentist.
Yes.
And I think it's key and crucial for us, our community, for our young people to plant these seeds. Hey, do you know you could be a dentist? Do you know female dentists rock?
Yes.
Do you know the lifestyle that you can have as a female dentist, a business owner? And we can talk about
I
that
don't
for.
think we I was saying that to somebody once. I said to them, when I was 8 growing up, I had that vision of owning an entire fashion empire. Okay.
Mm,
And even when I speak to, if I had said that to anybody, they would be like, what are you talking about? But it was just that it was something planted on the inside. Nobody sewed in my family, nobody drew in my family, but I woke up that day and that was what I wanted to be. So my thing is, if you talk to an 8-year-old now and you ask them what they want to be, they have no clue. They don't even think in that direction. It's like when I entered high school, I knew what I wanted at the end of high school, to the point I knew what I was going to high school for, if that makes sense.
it does.
You're not just going to school just for going to school. No, there was a goal at
Mhm.
the end. I knew what subjects I wanted to study, and I knew what things I wanted to practice. I knew, so all that evolves out of, at an early age,
It does.
knowing what you want to do, but also the parents watering it, or whoever it is, the mentor watering it for you and not making it die
Helping
along the
draw it
way.
out. Helping to draw it out.
Yes.
So I love your story, and I did see that part when I did the research. But my 10-year-old wants to be a fashion designer. She's been
Come
saying
on.
this since she was maybe 6 or 7. She wants to study in Paris.
Hmm.
So we saw it, we hear it, and we draw it out. So we bought her this past Christmas the mannequin
Yes.
where she can put her designs
Mhm.
and start to sew. She's owned a sewing machine. Um, we're doing these things, and it's a desire of mine. I'm gonna take her to a fashion week, so she can just tap in and see
Yes.
and see what it's like. I was like, may not be Paris Fashion Week, but maybe we can do a New York Fashion Week and
Yes,
let her go to a runway show or behind the
yes,
scenes to see what it is. But it's important as parents that, and not even just parents, because being a part of the church and the ministry,
yes,
the kids look up to you. The teenagers start to look to you. You can
yes,
plant and sow seeds in somebody else's kids and
yes,
draw it out of them and water it.
yes.
And I think that's an important role for us.
Yes, my youngest, from the time he was 3, always said he wanted to own a zoo.
Ooh.
And I mean, in fact, at first he started to say he wanted to be a zookeeper. So you know me, the entrepreneurial mummy mindset. I said to him, well, let's talk about it for a minute. You see, because if you a zookeeper, you on the clock. You are 9 to 5. You get paid. But if you own the zoo, you could come in and you could decide how you want it to be done. You the brains behind the outfit. You the and he sit down and he goes, nah, well, I want to own the zoo. So there we are one day for one of his birthdays. I never forgot that. We took him to Miami Zoo, and we are sitting in there. In I think we did a VIP pass where you could go to the back, see the animals, and we're driving in this little cart. Okay, and whilst we're driving in the cart, the guy looks at my son and says to him, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" He says, "Oh, baby, don't worry about what I want to do. I'm going to be owning the zoo. You'll be working for me." And it's like the way he said that with such, he said to him, "Don't worry about what I want to do. You'll be working for
Out
me."
of the mouth of babes.
He was so mind focused. The guy is showing him and he's asking specific questions. Okay, so if you brought in the lion, what happens if we do so and so and so? Do we need a vet on property for this? And he's asking, and I'm sitting there listening to this little 6-year-old asking the questions, and the guy just goes, "So what do you want to do?" He said, "Don't worry about me. You'll be working for me because I'm going to be owning." He
If
would be
we
working for
plant
me.
the seed and we water it and
Yes.
draw it out, it's
It's
no
you. You
stopping what
will
I
have to
can
do
do.
it. But I'm happy that your daughter. Listen, I'm happy that your daughter has the eye for fashion. Tell her she could call Auntie Portia any day.
I
Okay,
will.
you can call Auntie Portia and pick her mind any day. Ladies, welcome. We are talking about discovering what you are passionate about, and we are sitting with Dr. Siti, and we are picking her brains. Now we have a few questions for you. So let's dive into our questions. Number one. What have been some of your experiences in finding and pursuing something you're passionate about? And I think you've tackled into that a bit, but talk to us more about it.
Some of my experiences, one of the things I would love to share is there's a lot to be said in the journey.
Yes.
And how you start out may not necessarily be how you end that thing.
Don't talk so loud. Go ahead.
That'll preach. That's a whole message sermon right there. But my journey to dentistry
Yes.
and becoming a business owner it's a pretty straight path. You go to high school, you go to college, you go to dental school, and then you've got some decisions to be made.
Yes.
My travels, my journey is not the same as everyone else's, but I allowed myself to try some things and gain some experience along the way. So I've worked as a hospital dentist. And I had a patient ask me about that yesterday. She said, "I didn't know they had dentists in hospitals." And I said, "Oh, yes, I spent time in the operating room.
I didn't know that.
Operating on cancer patients who were in accidents.
Accidents. I can
A
see
lot
that.
of kids, small children who have rampant disease and need a lot of treatment. Well, if it's a 4-year-old and we are doing dentistry on every single tooth, that's pretty traumatic.
Yes.
So putting that child to sleep, taking care of everything they need in one visit.
My. Yeah.
And working on patients who are medically compromised with, where they can't sit still in the chair. Bringing them to the operating room allows us to do the treatment that they need.
Like my oldest son's on the spectrum. He will not lie down there and let you do anything. You're going to have to put him down for that. Yeah.
Yep. And from there, I went into public health dentistry, where I worked in a clinic, and I
Oh.
saw patients who did not have the resources to
Mm-hmm.
afford dentistry.
But still
So,
needed the service.
but they need the service, and
Mhm.
I tell you, so rewarding. Patients are so grateful. One, when you serve and you're serving from the heart and you give them their best despite what they're able to bring to the table. So patients, they want to show how grateful they are. They would bring vegetables, they would bring pickles. I learned how to make pickles, because one patient brought a big bushel of pickles of cucumbers. I was like, I'm a single lady, what am I going to do with all these cucumbers? And they said, well, let's pickle. So I learned how to make pickles. But public health gave me the humble side
Yes.
of and the ministry side of even
Yes.
dentistry. And I have a cup. One of my patients gave me a cup and it says, dentistry is my ministry. I absolutely believe
I
that.
love that.
But the different steps that I took to get to where I am now, learning on the way, and learning how to humble yourself and to view this as ministry.
Yeah. What you said is so true. There is a path. Yes, you started off, and I think I could understand, because I started off wanting to be a fashion designer. There's nothing you could have told me that would wave me left or right. When I got to 18, by 18, I was sewing dresses in 3 hours. I could have
Mm.
dressed, you could, what they call it, couture your way through and put you together in 3 hours. And you were out of the door and ready to go, because I had been sewing for that long, and I'd put all energy into drawing and designing and everything. But when I got to 18, now I had to choose between, okay, my mom says go to hospitality studies school,
Mm.
get something you could fall back on. I'm like, I'm not falling anywhere. I'm good. My mind is so focused. But okay, went into to do ended up doing hospitality. Do you know? To this date, I have 2 degrees in hospitality studies, been in hospitality management for 2 decades.
Mm.
Listen well. Completed my fashion school diploma maybe about 10 years ago, for the first time since I wanted to do fashion. Started my clothing line for kids maybe about 10 years ago, for the first time since I was 8 wanting to do it. So all along the way, but in doing all the hospitality and all the business ventures, if it got me to the point where I could now run a business properly, I could now put that put that fashion business together. You see, I wasn't naive to just being a designer, but I needed to figure out how to run the business right. And you are correct. If you Even if you have the dream over here, you still have to walk the path to
That
be able to be
that
all you could
part, Dr.
be over
Portia.
here.
Yes. What did you say? Oh, you talking loud. Yes, absolutely. And I love your story, and we parallel. One of the life lessons, that's a key part of my life, is delayed doesn't mean denied. Delayed but not denied. So
Come
your fashion
on.
dream
Come
delayed.
on.
It didn't happen at 18, but look at all the tools that you picked up along the way
Along the way.
that
Yes.
now helped propel where you are. And I was the
Yes.
same way. Being a business owner, I now own my own dental practice, but I didn't start that way. I started in the hospital. Then I
Yes.
moved on to public health, and then
Yes.
I moved on to private practice, where I helped to build another person's dream. So I worked hard to
There
help bring
you go.
another sister doctor, and mentor of mine, build her practice. And up under her study, I watched, and I'm mentally taking notes, and I'm going, and she's a good boss.
Yes.
What is she doing to be a good boss? Because when I get my own,
Yes.
I want to be a good boss. Her
Hmm.
employees don't go anywhere. They stay for a long time. We're having a good time. We're traveling as a group. Some of her employees never traveled before.
Mm.
And all of this time, I'm building her business, but I'm taking notes and I'm
You
going,
taking,
one
yes.
day, this could be me one day.
Yes, yes. You see, and that's the thing for me. The thing was, all along the way, I kept learning how to put a business together,
Mm.
because I had the practical side. I could have put the design together, but if I had gone and started to do my fashion designing company straight off the bat, I wouldn't have been able to figure out how to sustain it, because I wouldn't have had all that experience as to how to do great customer service, how to do the back end, and do sales and marketing. All these things are necessary. You don't have to be perfect at it, but you have to have some form of knowledge of it, so
Right.
that when you put that business together, you know nobody's going to nickel and dime you, because you have some form of idea as to what it is they're supposed to provide for you. So I love all of that. Our next question for you, you doing good. How can someone discover what they are passionate about in life? No, 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 no. That's a fool question right there. How? Because people ask you that all the time. Well, how would I know what I'm passionate about?
What do you like? What are you gravitating
Oof.
towards? What captures your attention? If we looked, let's see, books. So we're in a society that doesn't read as much anymore. But if we
And
look
if they're
for,
reading, they're not even reading a book. They're going on a
yeah.
Kindle.
So I was going to say, so in the past we would use a book. What books are you reading? What topics
Yes.
you keep drawing to? So if I go and look on your device, your smart device, what are you looking up? What are you following on
Yes.
social media? Are you following dentists? So if you looked on my social media page, you're going to see tons of dentists, and you're going to
Yes.
see tons of cosmetic dentists, because one, I'm looking for the ones who are doing it right, who are doing
Yes.
it nice, and I'm watching what they're doing. I'm a forever student. I will
Yes.
always be a student. I can
Mhm.
never know enough and not learn enough. So I'm following them. I'm looking and seeing what they're doing. And when they give tips, oh, let me write that down, or let me go check
Yes.
that out. So what are you following? What's your passion? What are you drawn to? What makes you smile, laugh? What do you think you may have a small interest in? Because the small interest could lead to a bigger interest, kind of
Yes.
like your hospitality journey. Small
Hmm.
interest
You,
led to, oh, hey, I
come
can,
on now.
and then you started doing it very well,
Hmm.
which led to the next and to the next. So I would start there. What makes you happy? What do you have a slight interest in? Let's explore it a little bit. Follow some people, see who's doing it well, and I'll let you
Yes.
know, hey, is this for me or maybe not? And go back to the
Hmm.
drawing board if it's not.
Um, Steve Harvey said, "What is the one thing that makes you wake up in the morning that you look forward to doing and you do it effortlessly? That
Hmm.
thing that you do and everybody has to struggle to do it, but you could do it effortlessly." And somebody else says, "I get to do what I love to do, and I don't call it work. I don't call it a hobby. I call it pleasure. I call it passion, because they get to do what they enjoy doing." For me, it was nothing for me to just sit down all day and to design a dress over and design
Mm.
this and design that. I could have seen it. I go in the fabric store and I just like a candy store. But it has to be that thing that is on the inside of you that just feels like as if it's bursting with joy when you do it. And it doesn't have to be anything grand. Some people, they love to build houses. Some people love to cook. Some people love
Right.
to sew.
Bake.
Some people
Right. Bake.
love to crochet and knit. But there's that passion for it. Some people love to sit down there and do an entire book. They will write a book for you in a week. They give you a whole manuscript, and you sitting down there trying to put one sentence together.
Right.
Baby, come
That's
on,
good.
you know.
That is
And
so,
and
so good.
and it's amazing how you were talking about dentistry, but I'm not I'm not medical like that.
And most people will go, how do you look in people's mouths all day, every day? And I go, one, it's talking with people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's discovering, okay, what do you need? How can I help you? How can I be of
Yes.
service to you today? And two, then to me, it's artwork. It's when
That's it. You hit the nail on the head.
I have a paintbrush that I use
Artwork.
when I'm
Yes.
I use my brush.
Yes.
And my
Now you see that's passion
knows
talking.
when I go, can I have the brush? She goes, oh, we're having fun now.
It's artwork. Passion talked that, said that, because somebody else see it as you looking into other people's mouths all day. You look at it as artwork. You see the difference? That's passion right there. I love it. So our next question for you is, have you ever felt stuck or unmotivated when trying to find that direction or that new passion?
Absolutely.
Girl.
That a part of life.
You second guess yourself.
And what do you do when you feel stuck? Well, one, you keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess if you stay in one place, that's stuck. But if I keep going, I keep working until I'm inspired again, until the idea comes. I pray, because one, I didn't get here on my own. It's
Come
by
on
the
now.
grace of God, and God
Yes.
will guide and God will provide. And when I'm stuck, I go, okay, God, what's next?
What's
It
next?
either means
That's
I'm
what I
getting ready
say.
to transition, or I need to hold this pattern right here where I am for a minute while you get something else prepared for me.
Master it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And don't let that discourage you, because everybody has it. It happens to all of us.
It does. It does. And I think also being stuck and unmotivated could pull from so many different ways. Sometimes it's the mere fact that you want your family to see the same vision that you have. You want them to support and say, yes, I like that idea. Some people don't see it. So, and depending on the culture that you are in, they don't see, like, for example, you hear a lot of the Africans say their parents always wanted them to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer. So if they come and they say, I forgot the actress that said that. She said when she told her mother she wanted to be a comedian, the mother says, so you want to be poor and people laugh at you. You see, so she couldn't.
I love that.
She couldn't understand that she wanted to be a comedian. She's like, you don't make money, So it's sometimes you being stuck is the fact that you want that affirmation from your family or people close to you to agree that it is okay to venture into something new. So have you ever felt where you had to, I think you said you had the support of your family, but have you always had the support of everybody saying, yes, I support the decision? Well, your decision is easy. Your decision was to be a dentist. Girl, I had to convince everybody that I wanted to be paid to design clothes, because it was one thing to sew for everybody, but when you say you going into it full-fledged, they're like, I don't know if people are really going to pay you to design their clothes. But baby, I've been designing your clothes for years. Why wouldn't they pay me when I'm doing it for you? So so have you ever felt that outside of the dentistry? Have you ever felt where you felt stuck because you were craving the affirmation from those around you to support the decision you were making?
Yes. Especially when, yes. And it comes from, not necessarily for me, it didn't come from my immediate family, because my husband is my biggest cheerleader. He's the one who pushed me and kind of said, okay, look, you've been talking about this owning your own business thing. And I go, but I don't know if I'm enough. I don't know if I have what it takes. I don't know even how to get this thing started. He's like, look, you can do it.
Yes.
Let's just set a date and do it. So there are times when he was kind of believing in me more than I was believing in myself. I was like, you really think I can? I don't know. I feel stuck. I feel like I'm going to always be an associate helping build someone else's, and I don't think I can do my own. And he was like, you can do it. You got this.
Yes.
Go from within and do it. And then there are times when he goes, and he never tells me no. My husband never tells me no. He goes, well, think about this. And he gives me some different perspectives
Good.
to add to this conversation and make me go, I never thought about it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I love
Mm-hmm.
to say he's the calm to my storm, especially
Come
when
on.
I whirl in. I go, I'm the one who wants it now, happen fast, immediately. So zoom, 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 zoom. And he goes,
No, baby.
it's not how it always works. So let's think about this, because it may not be this season that
Yes.
you need to do that. And so I get that a lot.
Well, that's good because you want to be able to get that other opinion,
Yeah.
because sometimes we like when my business when my clients come to me, they have ideas and it's all over the place. It's just, oh, I want to do this. And then I say, okay, well, let's just take all of that and let's try to put it together in a correct puzzle way that you could follow a blueprint with it. And
I
that's
love
all
that.
he was doing. He was taking the ideas and just giving you little ways. Okay, maybe we don't go
Mhm.
down that street. How about we turn and we go down that street? And that way, when we go down that street, we'll still end up there, but we'll end up there in a better way. You see? And I like that, the fact that he is giving, some form of advice as to, hey, baby girl, I got you. But let's just do it in a little more a way where you and I could still survive after it's all said and done.
Right. That part. Dr. Bush, I also want to say, and I'm a big supporter of mentors and coaches.
Yes.
So I have, even though I've been a dentist now 23 years, I have a coach. As a matter of fact, I have 3 coaches that coach me on the dental side and actual dentistry, coach me on
Mhm,
the
mhm.
business side, and then coach me on the boss female mom
Yes.
side,
Yes.
bringing this all together.
Yes.
So if I feel stuck, that's what I got coaches for. All
Yes.
right, guys, I'm sitting here. I'm depleted. I don't know which direction
Mhm.
to go. I've got a bunch of ideas. I don't know how to get them together. And you mentioned blueprint. That's one of the words one of my coaches now loves to use. He goes, blueprint. And I get it. I can see
Yes.
blueprint in my mind and I understand. All right, we need a plan. And
Yep.
the plan is going to be made up of these different compartments,
Mhm,
different
mhm,
pieces. And
mhm.
the coach can help pull this all together and get me in a direction to go, and even give me a little push if I
Yes.
feel resistant, or if they go, okay, we know you're afraid, nervous, fearful. All of these things can help you feel stuck and
Yes.
inspired. But having someone that you can talk to, wise counsel,
Wise counsel.
who
Yeah.
will sow and pour, listen, and then impart wisdom, and
Yes.
has to be wise counsel, can
And
help
not
you.
afraid to tell you, okay, this direction, I wouldn't suggest that,
Yeah.
but I would suggest this.
Yes.
Not afraid to do that, because at 100% of the time, we think our wise counsel is our friends that say yes to everything. And sometimes you and I both know they shouldn't have told you yes to encourage you. I remember seeing somebody say, I got friends that encourage me to do things they know I should not be doing. And when she said that, I sat on there
You
thinking
don't
about
want
that
them.
statement. But that's true.
Yeah.
You want the person to be knowledgeable enough to be able to say, okay, I've been down that street and that's not the place I would send you.
Mhm.
I would say, do it this way and that way. Um, our I want to say our final somebody said wise counsel. Yes, we need wise counsel in what it is we're doing,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to glorifying God in the process.
Mhm.
um, One of my questions for you would be, what is the best way to put yourself into an environment, which is we're talking about the wise counsels, where you can explore different passions?
um Once again, I'll go back to the social media part, or looking, searching in your neighborhoods, in your surrounding towns, people that are doing different things.
Mm-hmm.
See what's happening around town, and what's um exciting, what's new, what catches your eye or your attention,
Get out of your comfort
and
zone.
get out of your comfort zone and give it a try.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I I am I'm a very introvert person. People always believe that I'm extrovert because
Me
I'm,
too.
you know.
Me
But when I
too.
walk through those front doors of mine, baby, I'm good with a book, a movie, sit down by the fireplace, hang with my boys, escape the four legs. I try to hide them, but they find me. But I am very to myself, and to me, if I could do everything just from virtual, and 2020 show us we could do a lot,
It did.
I would be content with that. But you have to
Yeah,
get out of your comfort zone and to
you.
meet people, to get to those networking events, be more outspoken at church. This is one of the things my pastor was saying to me. My pastor says, nobody will know of you if you don't say hi to people. Say hi. Find
Right.
yourself
Right.
in groups, find
Right.
yourself doing things other than just being the hidden, what they call it, the hidden secret.
Yes.
Nobody know you if you're a hidden
If you
secret.
are in secret,
you
no one
know
know
you
you.
you have to be out there, and
And you need you have to expose yourself to
yes,
different things, different
yes.
activities, different
Mhm.
events. Try something new. Go to a art exhibit. Something you may meet someone there standing and looking at a picture and find
Yes.
something that you have in common.
Ooh,
I don't believe that things happen by people go, oh my gosh, it just happened by chance or circumstance. No, if you're a believer, God sets up these divine
listen, he orchestrates
matches
those things. He
of life.
makes you blush in the process.
Yes. Oh, I'm getting to the good part, the juicy part. He orchestrates these things, and
Yes,
nothing happens by a chance or circumstance when it comes to God. So even in the things that you go and the places that you meet, you collide with someone who
yes,
ultimately can be key or crucial to exposing
yes.
you to something you never knew you had a passion for.
I like that. um even meet, yes, go out there and do meet my like-minded people, exactly. And you can't meet my like-minded people if you're sitting down at home,
Mhm.
in the comfort of your four walls.
Right.
um so, Dr. CT,
Yes.
I would like you, because we're wrapping up our chat for the day, which has been interesting, because I love the fact that your daughter has Auntie Portia's mindset. Um um and I love the fact that not only are you a professional in terms of being a dentist, but
Mhm.
you are also a minister of the gospel and married to a pastor.
Yeah.
So before we wrap it up, just give us a little insight as to how you differentiate those roles as a businesswoman, a mommy, and a first lady.
All right, I can do that. Because sometimes I don't differentiate the roles. Sometimes mommy is the one who's like, all right, Lane, do you think we could pass out toothbrushes? And she goes, Mom, nobody wants toothbrushes for the fall fest where they're doing
Yes.
trunk or and then I go, we have a outreach ministry event at the church, and I go, well, I'll bring toothbrush and toothpaste and floss. So sometimes the roles they mix and they mingle. Um,
Yes.
at the office, I like to say I'm Dr. Lowery at the office, and then I'm First Lady at the church. But there are often times when a patient will pull me aside and go, "Can you pray for me?"
Oh,
Or I find that ministry is going to come out and I'm speaking to them
yes.
and I'm interceding, and a patient comes in and I can sense that they're off today, that
Yes.
something's going on. And sometimes I say something, sometimes I don't. And I go, oh, in the name of Jesus, we're going to set this atmosphere right now. And I speak life, and maybe under my breath as I'm sitting there doing my duties, but
Yes.
I'm ministering to that person. So there are times when
Yes.
the lines are blurred, but then there are times when I'm home. And like you said, when I walk through those doors, I'm mom and I'm wife. And hey guys, let's cook dinner and sit down and watch a movie together.
Yes, the
Um,
balance.
the,
I love it. The balance.
yeah,
There's a rhythm to the balance. I love that. Um, well, Dr. CT, let me tell you. You're gonna have to come visit me in South Florida because I'm not traveling over there. Because I was there recently, and you
uh-oh.
know, yeah, you're gonna have to come to me and love upon me for a little bit, so we could
Okay.
go to the tea room and have tea, and we could pass out toothbrushes to everybody. You know how we do.
That's
But
it.
listen, it has been a pleasure just sitting and chatting with you. So I want you to tell the ladies how they could stay in connection with you. What is going on in your world before we wrap it up for today?
Absolutely. So you can find me on social media platforms under CT Lowry or Dr. CT Lowry and Lowry Smiles. I do have my own business in Cary, North Carolina. You can find me www.lowrysmiles.com. Uh,
Smiles.
you need a little touch with your dental health care,
Yes.
or would love to have your smile makeover. I absolutely love to change lives with smiles. So many people don't smile because they are embarrassed on how they look and how
Yes.
their smile presents. And we can do
Yes.
something about that. So
Oh,
reach out and find me there. You can also find me at Grace Church of Durham. It
come
is one
on.
of the greatest churches in all of the land. Absolutely love my husband, Pastor. He is, and you can find
I love that. Love my
Grace
husband,
Church of
Pastor.
Durham.
I love it. Well, it has been an honor to sit and to chat with you. I don't think we've had a dentist cross our come into our royal courts. So this is the first. And then to have a female dentist, baby. Listen, ladies, we were made today. We got royalty in our royal courts today. So it was indeed a pleasure to
Thank
have you
you.
stop by. Somebody says, okay, let's just quickly see what everybody's saying. This was awesome, fantastic. And
Oh,
then one of the other ladies said, husband pastor. I know, I laughed at that one too. Husband,
he is my pastor.
listen,
He is my husband.
listen. She said husband pastor, and she got me too. One of our ladies says, yes, this was awesome. Everybody was saying, this. They're still talking about the husband pastor.
Oh,
They're still they're still like husband pastor. That's it. Yes, she definitely got us out for that one. But it was indeed a pleasure to have you.
thank you
One of the other
so much.
ladies said it was awesome. So I am super excited that they are popping in and saying it was
They
awesome.
are. I see
So
Grace. Grace.
so thank you so much. I am going to put you in our waiting room. Some okay, let's just not let's read the comments before everybody goes. So Dawn, Minister Dawn, Apostle Dawn says, this was awesome. I'm excited about having a kingdom dentist close to me because she's in North Carolina too. So
All right.
you see, there we go. We're doing connections. We are.
Yes.
And Pastor Hobbs says this was very inspiring. Fantastic. Yes. So I'm going to put you in the waiting room whilst I love on the ladies, and I will see you, Dr. CT, in a few
Blessings.
minutes. Ladies, listen. I enjoy talking about um, my early stages of being in the fashion world, and how my mind thought about it, and how I dreamt it, and how I envisioned it, and it all stems out of a passion that God really birthed into me to be a designer. And I know every one of us have that passion or that desire to be who God has called us to be. So today we were talking today about finding your passion, and finding your passion is a process. It really doesn't just happen, but it's a process. But it's one of that things that is worth pursuing. So it might take time. Come on, baby. It might take effort. Come on. You need to pursue it, but the rewards are endless. It's immeasurable. And I am super excited that our guests and I got the opportunity to talk with you. Um, but what I will say is by reflecting on your interests and trying new things and getting curious and seeking guidance is important. You will gain a greater sense of self awareness and may discover something that you dream about, that you desire, that you're passionate about to work towards. Remember, your passion can change throughout life. Your passion, it can change throughout your lifetime. When I say it can change, meaning it could evolve. The things you where you thought you're supposed to start, as you evolve in life, you add to it, you expand on it. And that is okay. So start exploring, start enjoying your journey, start finding out what makes you smile, what makes you look forward to being the best version of yourself. Choice of words, the best version of yourselves. Pastor Hobbs says, I literally woke up with an idea and you all just watered it. Oh, I am happy that we did that because that's what it is. There's a point in life where you wake up with that aha, like, wait a minute, you know what? I could do this. But how do I go about doing it? And that's where you connect yourself with the right people. You research how to do it. When I was I didn't know anything about designing dresses or putting a dress together. But guess what I did? I went to the library. I researched it. I found fashion designers that was doing what I wanted to do. And I started to look at how they did it. Look at how they put things together. Look at how the final product was. And that's what really motivated me to be the best version of myself that I could be. Okay, so I pray that this episode of the podcast was enlightening. It was a blessing. We are super honored to that we had Dr. Siti A. Let me tell you, her name is one I will not forget because I said the full name with such confidence. It's ridiculous. But it was a pleasure to have her in the Royal Cuts with us. And our topic today was simple: discovering what you are passionate about and how to find that thing and to dream about it. So if you are listening to us on any of our platforms, podcast platforms, be it Apple, Pandora, iRadio, all of that great stuff, go ahead and leave us a nice little a message just to let us know how we are doing and how we are blessing you. We would love to hear from you. And ladies, I want to take the opportunity to encourage you. If you would like to have some visibility opportunities here on the RoyalTEA Talk Show, go ahead and send us an email. It's info@Portia Basham, where you could be our next guest speaker, because we're always looking for the ladies to share an impact with our audience as to how to be the best versions of themselves. And if you would like to also be a guest on She Ministries TV show, which is where we merge the word of God with our day-to-day living, go ahead and send us an email just the same, info@PortiaBasham.com. Well, ladies, as always, until next time, until next Friday, I am your host, Dr. Portia Basham, and I would like to encourage you today and say, number one, thank you for stopping by in the Royal Cuts with us. Number two, you are saved. Remember that part. You are God's own. You are saved, highly favored, and empowered to do what God has called you to do. And you be blessed today. See you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to the RoyalTEA Talk Show with your host, Portia Basham, the talk show and podcast designed for women who are looking to be inspired, motivated, and encouraged. We pray today's show was a blessing to you. Remember to tune in next time for your regular dose of encouragement and affirmation, so you can hear from other amazing women from all walks of life who share their stories and advice on everything from personal growth to living their dreams. So until next time, we look forward to seeing you to sip some tea, chat, and empower